Well, the idea about designing the stick came from one day sitting at my desk in my office and sitting there thinking of ways that I could bring awareness and education to the Every Child Matters movement, the residential school era. So I thought of the thousands and thousands of orange T-shirts that our custom apparel department have made for numerous corporations and companies. That there has to be another way that I'd be able to promote, and so I sat there and thought a hockey stick. So I started designing a hockey stick on a notepad with different symbols and whatnot. And the reasoning behind came to the fact that I was thinking of those orange T-shirts, and a lot of times the orange T-shirts are worn only on September Day of Recognition, where it'd be nice if those orange T-shirts were worn every day of the week by individuals. Although I wanted to make something that could be used every day, that could spark conversations. It would be a piece to bring that awareness and education. And I also thought, the beautiful sticks that were made with the artwork for the World Junior Championships, that, here's another alternative, that designing this stick that could be used for practices, for road hockey, could be used in games for every level of hockey. And that was the reason why I designed the hockey stick. Well, the goal of the stick is to bring awareness and education to our society. It's to be a conversation tool. Individuals that purchase the stick can be using it during a game, and people could be questioning what that stick is about. And it's an opportunity to talk about the stick, talk about symbols, and talk about the meaning behind the stick. And that's what we feel is through sports excellence and ourselves here, is to educate and bring awareness to truly what happened in those dark residential times. And with that support that Sports Excellence giving on this movement and bringing the awareness really shows about building partnerships to make goals happen. And our goal is to promote, is also to bring that awareness and education to society of truly what happened and the trauma inflicted, and bring the truth forward to the dark years of our residential schools. The stick to the Indigenous community means a lot. We've had numerous requests to purchase sticks. I've had a mentor and an elder walk alongside with me through this process named Eugene Arcan. And Eugene Arcan is also known as Number 781. He's a residential school survivor. He's an advocate for this movement of bringing education and awareness to society as a whole of truly what happened. Having Eugene is nothing but insightful to listen to his stories, to listen to all the words that he shares, not only to myself, but to everybody he talks to, just about what happened to him, how he's becoming healed, and promoting this awareness. So the Indigenous community has taken it in, very supportive. They're excited about this, and which is right. Where any time that we can promote and assist and walk along residential school survivors or communities as wholes in a positive way and promoting something, they really jump on board 100%. Into the non-Indigenous society, this stick is a conversation piece. It's not a movement that we want you to feel shameful. It's a movement that we were asking for your assistance to walk alongside us, to educate your kids, to educate generations, to bring the awareness of the truth of really what happened at the residential schools. It's a time of darkness. Our residential school survivors are still trying to heal with the trauma that's been inflicted. So with the non-Indigenous society, it's an opportunity for us to walk hand in hand and partner to bring this awareness out so everybody can learn and everybody can heal. We'll start with the color of the stick. The stick is a dark black, which has a hologram effect of orange coming out. Now, the orange coming out of the black represents the sign of times that, in today's society, we are seeing more awareness and education that it's the orange breaking out of the dark times, and that's represented on the whole stick. The other is added a teardrop. Now, the teardrop signifies that when the children went to the residential schools, they weren't allowed to cry. Eugene, for instance, didn't learn how to cry until he was a man, where if you were caught crying, you were punished for it. A lot of kids tried crying under their sheets at night in being terrified of getting caught. So the teardrop signifies how impactful it was attending these residential schools with not even be able to cry. The next is 4 hands. The 4 hands on the stick, which you'll notice are all 4 different skin tones. Now, the number 4 in the Indigenous culture represents a lot of the holistic living, the 4 ways of the medicine wheel. So adding the 4 hands with the different skin tones actually doesn't mean what race you are in our society. We can all collectively come together to promote and bring awareness to our residential school survivors and the trauma that's been inflicted upon them. The next one is the Métis sash. We have the sash symbolized on the shaft of the stick to recognize our Métis brothers and sisters, because a lot of the Métis brothers and sisters weren't recognized of being at the residential schools, where there was numerous that have attended. So we wanted to make sure that they were represented on the stick as well. Next is the teddy bear. The teddy bear is on the stick to recognize when these children were apprehended to attend the residential schools, they weren't allowed to bring their toys or teddy bears with them. And when they went to the residential schools, there wasn't the teddy bears or toys available for them to comfort themselves with. So the teddy bear really gives a big significance again on the comfort that was misplaced and the comfort that they would have had just by having a teddy bear at these residential schools. Then the turtle. We have a turtle with a medicine wheel on the back of it. The turtle represents that all of us are residing on Turtle Island. And since we're all living on Turtle Island, the medicine wheel gives the holistic approach to how we should all be living healthy lifestyles in harmony. So with the medicine wheel on the turtle, it signifies with all races, with all societies, how we can work towards the end goal of living in harmony amongst each other. And the biggest portion is the feather. We have an eagle feather on the blade of the stick. It's the largest symbol on the stick, and the reason why is because of the culture, the Indigenous culture, and the aspect to an eagle feather has various different meanings, but one being the closest to our Creator, showing leadership. And with that feather being on the blade of the stick, when a goal is scored by an individual using the stick, when that stick is raised in the air with celebration, that feather will be the closest to the Creator. People should purchase this stick for a couple of reasons. One reason is the proceeds are going to great causes. Proceeds will be going to the Orange T-Shirt Society, they'll be going to the Truth and Reconciliation Center, and they'll also be going to the Saskatoon Survivors Circle of Residential School Survivors. So that's one aspect why is the proceeds are going to be going to great programming to help the healing process. The other is that the stick is a very playable pro stick. It's 400 grams. You can take a stick the 400 grams from senior to intermediate to junior. Every player of every level in hockey will be able to utilize this stick and have it as a playable stick. It's fully gripped. It's one of the nicest sticks that I've ever held in my hand. And that's the other aspect, is you're going to have a stick that you're not just going to hang on the wall, you're actually going to hit the ice or play road hockey with. So it's a great playable stick. The design team at Sports Excellence, when they put it all together for us, they did a terrific job.